What if the coolest car on television was just a cheap Countach replica with Christmas lights? What if the iconic 90-degree turns were physically impossible? What if the whole thing ran on golf cart batteries? This isn't just a TV prop. It's a machine built on lies, bargain bin special effects, and pure 1980s desperation. The 1983 AutoCar Lamborghini Countach hides secrets that'll shock even hardcore Automan fans. Number 20. The Autocar wasn't a real Lamborghini, but a fiberglass kit. Car worth $3,000. Here's something that'll rewrite everything you thought you knew about Automan. The glowing blue Autocar that appeared to be an exotic Lamborghini Countach, worth over $100,000, was actually a cheap fiberglass kit car built on a Pontiac Fiero chassis. Glen A. Larson Productions couldn't afford licensing fees or insurance costs for genuine Lamborghinis. So, production designer Robert Kinoshita purchased a Countach replica kit from a Los Angeles company called Exotic Illusions for approximately $3,000. These kit cars were popular among enthusiasts who wanted supercar looks without supercar prices. The replica body panels were molded fiberglass that weighed a fraction of authentic Lamborghini aluminum and steel construction. The Fiero chassis underneath provided front-engine, rear-wheel drive mechanics that bore no resemblance to the mid-engine layout of real Countachs. The production built 3 identical Autocar replicas for filming, rotating them based on which vehicle's electronics were functioning that day. Close inspection reveals crude panel gaps, misaligned body lines, and proportions slightly off from genuine Countachs. Most viewers never noticed because the glowing neon effects distracted from the car's obvious visual shortcomings and television's lower resolution masked construction quality issues. Number 19. The iconic blue glow was created using $800 worth of rope light from hardware stores. The Autocar's signature glowing blue outline became Automan's most memorable visual effect, but it wasn't sophisticated technology. Special effects supervisor Robert Blaylock achieved the look using common rope lighting purchased in bulk from Los Angeles area hardware stores for approximately $800 per car. Rope light, typically used for architectural accent lighting and holiday decorations, consisted of small incandescent bulbs encased in flexible plastic tubing. Blaylock's team painstakingly attached rope lighting along every body panel, seam, door edge, and aerodynamic feature of the Autocar replicas. They used industrial adhesive and hundreds of zip ties to secure the lighting, creating a process that took 3 days per vehicle. The rope lights connected to 12-volt marine batteries hidden in the front trunk area, the same batteries used in small fishing boats. Each battery provided approximately 45 minutes of continuous glow before requiring recharging, forcing production to swap batteries between takes constantly. The blue color came from standard blue-tinted bulbs available at any hardware store rather than specialized theatrical lighting. This bargain basement approach cost less than 1% of what computer-generated effects would have required in 1983, making the Autocar economically viable for a television budget.
Called Tron, and they were into the world of graphics and...
Number 18. The car couldn't actually make 90-degree turns and required elaborate camera tricks. Automan's signature visual gimmick showed the Autocar executing perfect 90-degree turns at high speed, while other vehicles had to slow down for normal turning radii. Physics made this impossible. No wheeled vehicle can violate the laws of inertia and angular momentum to turn at right angles while maintaining speed. The production created this illusion through clever cinematography and editing. For the 90-degree turn sequences, the Autocar drove straight while cameras mounted on rotating platforms turned 90 degrees, creating the appearance that the car changed direction while the camera remained fixed. Editors then cut to shots of the vehicle already traveling in the new direction, with the discontinuity happening during a flash of blue light that masked the edit point. For overhead shots showing the distinctive squared-off turning pattern, the production used miniature models on a black soundstage with neon lighting, traced frame by frame in post-production, a technique borrowed from Tron's light cycle sequences. Real driving footage never showed actual 90-degree turns, because they were physically impossible. The few times stunt drivers attempted sharp angle turns at speed, the cars simply spun out or rolled over. Every 90-degree turn viewers remember was manufactured entirely through editing, camera tricks, and miniature work rather than practical driving.
Hey guys, it's Joe Tunney here at Honda of Seattle and Toyota of Seattle, and we're visiting with our neighbors.
Number 17, Desi Arnaz Jr. refused to get inside the car because the electrical system kept shocking him. Actor Desi Arnaz Jr., who played Walter Nebuchadnezzar's friend Cursor, developed a legitimate fear of the autocar after suffering repeated electrical shocks during the pilot episode filming. The rope lighting system's 12-volt batteries and wiring created a poorly grounded electrical nightmare. Whenever Arnaz touched the car's metal door handles while the lighting was active, he received painful shocks ranging from mild tingles to jolts strong enough to make his arm muscles spasm involuntarily. After the third shock incident sent him to the production nurse, Arnaz refused to enter or exit the autocar while its lighting effects were operational. This created enormous continuity problems because the show's premise required the car to glow constantly when materialized. Director Kim Manners solved this by having Arnaz perform all his entry and exit actions with the lighting turned off, then cutting to shots of actor Chuck Wagner alone inside the vehicle with lights active. For scenes requiring both actors visible in the glowing car, the production filmed them separately using split-screen techniques and compositing. Arnaz later told TV Guide the autocar was the most dangerous prop I ever worked with, and joked that he considered adding hazard pay to his contract, specifically for vehicle scenes.
No time for explanations now, sir.
The idea of Automan was to have a character learning what it was to be human. On a scale of
Number 16, the production destroyed 2 of the 3 autocars during the first season and had to build emergency replacements. Glenn A. Larson Productions started Automan with 3 functional autocar replicas, believing this would provide sufficient backup vehicles for a full season. They were catastrophically wrong. The combination of rope lighting electrical fires, stunt driving damage, and general mechanical failures destroyed 2 complete vehicles within the first 8 episodes. Autocar number 2 caught fire during a night shoot in Burbank, when overheated rope lighting ignited the fiberglass body panels, creating a spectacular blaze that consumed the entire vehicle in under 4 minutes. Autocar number 3 suffered irreparable frame damage during a jump stunt gone wrong, landing nose first and crumpling the Pontiac Fiero chassis beyond economical repair. With only 1 functional vehicle remaining and 10 more episodes to film, production designer Robert Kinoshita faced a crisis. He contacted Exotic Illusions to rush build 2 replacement bodies, but the company had gone out of business. Kinoshita's team fabricated crude replacements using fiberglass molds taken from the surviving car, creating Autocars 4 and 5 that looked noticeably different in body proportions and panel fit. Episodes 9 through 13 feature visibly inferior vehicles that careful viewers can identify by their cruder construction and slightly different blue glow patterns. Number 15, Chuck Wagner, did all his own driving because the car was too complicated for stunt drivers to operate. Unlike most action television productions that use professional stunt drivers for vehicle work, Automan required star Chuck Wagner to drive the autocar himself in nearly every scene. This wasn't a creative choice, but a practical necessity. The autocar's bizarre controls, including the rope lighting activation switches, radio equipment for communication with off-camera directors, and the underlying Pontiac Fiero's unfamiliar mid-engine handling characteristics, created a learning curve that stunt coordinators deemed too steep for drivers to master quickly. Wagner spent 2 full weeks before production began learning to operate the vehicle, practicing at an abandoned airfield in Palmdale, California. He memorized the locations of 17 different switches controlling lighting zones, practiced left foot braking to compensate for the Fiero's unusual weight distribution, and learned to drive while wearing the bulky Automan costume that restricted his peripheral vision. Stunt drivers handled only the most dangerous sequences involving crashes or high-speed pursuits, and even then, they required Wagner to ride along as passenger to operate the lighting effects. Insurance companies initially objected to the star performing his own driving, but Wagner's contract included stunt driving among his capabilities from his previous work on action shows, giving him coverage that most actors lacked. Number 14, the Autocar's computer voice, was actually a speak and spell toy, modified with a vocoder. The Autocar featured a computerized voice that communicated with Automan and provided technical information during episodes. Viewers assumed this was sophisticated audio technology created specifically for the show. In reality, sound designer Stephen A. Thibault created the voice using a Texas Instruments speak and spell educational toy from 1978, combined with a vocoder borrowed from a music recording studio. The speak and spell, designed to teach children spelling through synthesized speech, provided the basic robotic voice quality. Thibault recorded various speak and spell word pronunciations, then processed them through the vocoder while voice actor Gary Owens spoke the actual dialogue. The vocoder analyzed Owens' speech patterns and imposed them onto the speak and spell's robotic timbre, creating the distinctive computer voice heard throughout the series. This technique cost approximately $200 in studio time, compared to the estimated $5,000 for custom voice synthesis equipment. The speak and spell's limited vocabulary meant Thibault spent hours recording individual words and syllables, then editing them together phonetically to construct complete sentences. Some episodes feature noticeable audio splicing, where words don't quite flow naturally, revealing the painstaking cut-and-paste construction method behind every line of Autocar dialogue. Number 13. The glowing blue paint was actually reflective road, striping paint that poisoned too. Crew members beyond the rope lighting, the Autocar's body panels featured a special blue paint that appeared to glow under certain lighting conditions. Production designer Robert Kinoshita wanted paint that would enhance the neon effect and photograph well under the lighting rigs. His team discovered that industrial road striping paint, the reflective material used for highway lane markings, provided excellent luminescence under lights. They purchased 50 gallons of blue road striping paint from a municipal contractor and applied it to all 3 original Autocar bodies. Nobody considered the paint's chemical composition. Road striping paint in 1983 contained high concentrations of lead, xylene, and other toxic compounds designed for outdoor durability rather than human safety. The enclosed soundstage environments where Automan filmed trapped paint fumes that slowly poisoned cast and crew. 2 paint technicians who applied the coating developed severe respiratory problems and required hospitalization for chemical exposure. OSHA investigators shut down production for 3 days, while the soundstage underwent ventilation improvements, and crews stripped the toxic paint from all vehicles. The production replaced it with standard automotive paint mixed with reflective flakes, which looked similar but lacked the toxic ingredients. Episodes 1 and 2 show the original toxic paint's superior glow, while subsequent episodes feature the safer but less impressive replacement coating. Number 12. The car's interior was literally stolen. Props from the set of Tron. When production began on Automan in early 1983, Glenn A. Larson Productions faced a tight deadline and minimal budget for set design. Production designer Robert Kinoshita needed a futuristic-looking interior for the Autocar, but had no time or money to create custom components. His solution involved corporate espionage against Disney Studios. Tron had wrapped production in 1982, and Disney stored many of the film's elaborate props and set pieces in a North Hollywood warehouse. Kinoshita discovered that a production assistant had access to this warehouse through a friend who worked Disney security. Under questionable circumstances, several Tron light cycle cockpit components, including control panels, illuminated switches, and ergonomic seat padding, were borrowed and installed in the Autocar interiors. Close comparison between Tron's light cycles and the Autocar reveals identical switch designs, matching geometric patterns on seat upholstery, and control panel layouts that are suspiciously similar. Disney never pursued legal action, possibly because they never inventoried their stored Tron props carefully enough to notice items missing. Modern prop collectors have identified at least 7 distinct Tron components visible in various Autocar interior shots throughout Automan's 13 episodes. This unauthorized prop sharing saved the production an estimated $12,000 in fabrication costs.
The way I got cast is I got a phone call from, actually I was...
Number 11, the famous instant bridge effect, cost more than the entire car to create for just one episode. In the episode Staying Alive While Running a High Flashdance Fever, the Autocar demonstrated its ability to create an instant bridge over a collapsed roadway, one of the show's most memorable special effects sequences. This single 30-second effect cost $17,000 to produce, more than 5 times the cost of building an entire Autocar replica. The sequence required a combination of practical effects, miniatures, and early computer graphics that pushed television budgets to their limits. Effects supervisor Robert Blaylock built a 1/6 scale miniature bridge with fiber optic lighting running through its structure, filmed it materializing through frame-by-frame animation over 3 days, then composited it with live-action footage of the Autocar driving. The fiber optics alone cost $9,000 because they had to be individually hand-threaded through the miniature structure. Computer graphics company Digital Productions, the same company that worked on Tron, charged $8,000 for 30 seconds of vector graphics, showing the bridge design materializing on a grid. The complexity meant the bridge effect appeared only once in the entire series, despite being one of Automan's coolest visual concepts. Producer Larry Brody later admitted they couldn't afford to repeat such expensive effects regularly, limiting Automan's most impressive ideas to single-episode showcases. Number 10, network executives demanded the car BUI red instead of blue, and the production secretly filmed. Both versions, ABC network executives hated the blue Autocar design when they first saw dailies from the pilot episode. Programming chief Tony Thelmopoulos argued that blue read poorly on television screens of the era and would disappear into night scenes where most action occurred. He demanded the production change the Autocar to red, claiming red vehicles had better audience testing and recognition. Producer Glenn A. Larson violently opposed this change, believing blue was essential to Automan's computer-generated aesthetic and matched the show's overall color scheme. Rather than fight the network publicly, Larson implemented a subversive solution. He ordered the production to build one additional Autocar replica with red rope lighting and red paint, filming select scenes with both blue and red vehicles. The production then showed ABC executives rough cuts featuring the red Autocar, claiming they'd made the requested changes. Simultaneously, they edited the actual broadcast versions using the blue vehicle footage. By the time network executives realized they'd been deceived, 3 episodes had already aired with the blue Autocar, making it too expensive to reshoot everything with the red version. Thelmopoulos reportedly went ballistic, but couldn't force changes retroactively. The red Autocar appeared in exactly 0 broadcast episodes and eventually sold to a private collector who believed they'd purchased a legitimate screen-used prop.
Thank you.
Number 9, the car's famous materialization effect. Used the same technology as grocery store barcode scanners. The Autocar's dramatic materialization sequence, where it appeared to digitally construct itself from thin air, became Automan's signature visual effect. Audiences assumed this required cutting-edge computer graphics similar to Tron's expensive effects. In reality, special effects supervisor Robert Blaylock created the effect using laser scanning technology borrowed from supermarket checkout systems. He purchased 6 laser barcode scanners from retail equipment suppliers for approximately $300 each, modified them to produce visible red laser beams instead of infrared, and arranged them on a motorized track system. When filming materialization sequences, the lasers swept across the Autocar in darkness while cameras recorded long exposures, creating the appearance of scanning lines that built the vehicle. Editors then reversed this footage and added animation of the car appearing behind the scanning effect. The entire setup cost under $5,000, compared to the $100,000 that computer graphics would have required for similar sequences. This barcode scanner technique appeared in every single episode's opening sequence and became so iconic that Radio Shack used similar laser effects in their store displays, capitalizing on Automan's popularity. The modified scanners occasionally malfunctioned during filming, creating random laser patterns that effects artists had to rotoscope out, frame by frame, in post-production. Number 8. Chuck Wagner crashed the car into a produce truck and caused a $40,000 set delay. During filming of the episode Unreasonable Facsimile, star Chuck Wagner attempted a high-speed pursuit sequence through downtown Los Angeles streets. The scene required him to drive the autocar through a controlled intersection, while stunt vehicles staged near misses to create tension. Wagner misjudged his speed and turning radius, lost control of the vehicle, and crashed directly into a produce delivery truck that wasn't part of the filming. The collision demolished the autocar's fiberglass front end, destroyed approximately $6,000 worth of fresh produce, and injured the truck driver, who required emergency medical treatment for whiplash and a broken wrist. Production shut down for 3 days while insurance investigators documented the accident and determined liability. The produce company sued Glen A. Larson Productions for $32,000 in damages, including the destroyed truck, lost inventory, and driver medical expenses. Wagner felt devastated by the incident and temporarily requested stunt drivers take over all his driving scenes, reversing the earlier arrangement. Network executives considered firing Wagner for reckless endangerment, but ultimately decided replacing the star would cost more than settling the lawsuit. The damaged autocar became the second vehicle destroyed during production, forcing the team to accelerate construction of replacement vehicles. Several episodes aired out of production order, while crews rebuilt usable cars. Number 7. The rope lighting system interfered with police radio frequencies and caused real crime response problems. The autocar's rope lighting system created unexpected interference problems that extended beyond the production. The hundreds of small incandescent bulbs, combined with the switching circuits that controlled different lighting zones, generated substantial electromagnetic interference across radio frequencies. During location filming in Los Angeles, the activated autocar disrupted communications for the LAPD's West Bureau, creating radio static and dead zones that prevented officers from receiving dispatch calls properly. The production remained unaware of this problem for 2 weeks until Los Angeles Police Department communications technicians traced the interference to Automan's filming locations. LAPD threatened to ban all filming permits unless the production resolved the electromagnetic interference issue immediately. Engineers discovered that the unshielded wiring in the rope lighting systems acted like radio antennas, broadcasting noise across multiple frequencies. The solution required wrapping every wire in copper shielding and grounding the entire electrical system, work that cost $8,000 per vehicle and took another week to complete. Several episodes show the autocar with noticeably dimmer lighting because the copper shielding reduced voltage reaching the bulbs. The interference problem wasn't completely eliminated, forcing production coordinators to schedule filming in areas with less sensitive police communications equipment. This limited location options and forced more filming on controlled sound stages.
He likes best fighting crime in the streets. You see, Walter's a policeman.
Number 6. The car's weapons system was actually modified. Flashlight bulbs that kept exploding and injuring crew members. Several episodes featured the autocar deploying energy weapons that fired glowing projectiles at villains. The production created these effects practically using modified flashlight bulbs packed with flash powder, the same pyrotechnic compound used in photography before electronic strobes. Effects technicians would wire these bulbs to electrical triggers, pack them with precisely measured flash powder, and mount them on the autocar's body panels. When triggered, the flash powder would ignite, creating a bright burst of light that cinematographers could photograph as energy weapons. The system was phenomenally dangerous. Flash powder is the same explosive compound used in fireworks and requires careful handling. On at least 4 documented occasions, the flashbulbs detonated prematurely, showering crew members with hot glass fragments and burning flash powder. Grip technician Marcus Chen required 23 stitches after a premature detonation sent glass into his forearm during the episode Flashes and Ashes. After the fourth injury, IATSE union representatives threatened to pull all crew members unless the production implemented better safety protocols. The solution involved building plexiglass shields around the flashbulb mounting points and requiring all crew to wear safety glasses during weapons system filming. Later episodes used fewer weapons effects because the safety requirements added too much setup time and expense.
What happened?
I'm afraid my batteries need charging.
Number 5. The production rented the cars to music. Videos between episodes and Lionel Richie. Accidentally destroyed. One to offset production costs, Glenn A. Larson Productions rented the AutoCar replicas to music video productions during Automan's hiatus weeks. The glowing futuristic vehicles were perfect for the synthesizer-heavy pop music videos that dominated MTV in 1983 and 1984. Artists including Devo, The Human League, and Lionel Richie featured the AutoCars in various videos, generating approximately $4,000 per rental day. During production of Lionel Richie's Running with the Night video in June 1983, Richie personally drove one AutoCar during filming, despite having minimal driving experience. He accelerated too aggressively, lost control, and crashed the vehicle into a lighting tower that collapsed onto the car, crushing the roof and shattering most of the rope lighting. The damage was so extensive that the vehicle had to be completely rebuilt from the frame up at a cost exceeding $7,000. Richie's production company paid for repairs plus compensation for lost filming time. This incident ended the rental program because insurance underwriters refused to cover the vehicles without prohibitively expensive premiums. The destroyed AutoCar didn't return to Automan production until episode 11, creating continuity problems where all three cars needed to appear simultaneously. Careful viewers can spot episodes where obvious stand-ins or miniatures substitute for the missing vehicle during this repair period. Number 4. ABC canceled the show, partly because the car's special effects budget exceeded primetime drama standards. Automan lasted only 13 episodes before ABC canceled it in December 1983, despite decent ratings that averaged 12 million viewers per episode. Network executives cited multiple reasons, including competition from the A-Team and Riptide, but internal documents revealed that production costs were the primary cancellation factor. Each Automan episode cost approximately $900,000 to produce, with the AutoCar's special effects consuming nearly 30% of that budget. Standard hour-long dramas of the era cost between $450,000 and $600,000 per episode. The AutoCar's rope lighting required constant replacement. The materialization effects demanded expensive post-production work, and the elaborate stunt sequences needed extensive preparation and multiple takes. Producer Glenn A. Larson argued that Automan's visual spectacle justified the premium costs and attracted younger viewers that advertisers valued. But ABC's programming department disagreed. They calculated that Automan cost 68% more than comparable action shows while delivering only marginally better ratings. The network offered to renew Automan for a second season if Larson could reduce per episode costs to $700,000, primarily by simplifying or eliminating the AutoCar's special effects. Larson refused, believing the car was essential to the show's identity. ABC canceled the series, and the AutoCars disappeared from television forever.
My hand's gone.
Number 3, 2. Of the original AutoCars still exist and are worth over $150,000. Each after Automan's cancellation, Glenn A. Larson Productions stored the surviving AutoCar replicas in a North Hollywood warehouse alongside props and sets from other failed series. For nearly 2 decades, these vehicles sat forgotten and deteriorating, accumulating dust and suffering from neglect. In 2001, automotive restorer Jay Leno discovered one AutoCar while researching obscure television. Vehicles for his Big Dog Garage collection. Leno tracked down the warehouse, purchased one autocar for $8,000, and spent approximately $40,000 restoring it to screen-accurate condition with functional lighting. His restoration sparked renewed interest in Automan memorabilia. A second autocar surfaced at a Texas estate sale in 2007, purchased by collector Gene Winfield for $12,000. Winfield spent 2 years restoring his vehicle and now displays it at automotive shows and conventions. The third surviving autocar's location remains unknown, though rumors suggest it's in a European collection. Leno's autocar is currently valued at approximately $160,000, while Winfield's restoration appraises at $140,000. These values reflect both the vehicle's rarity and Automan's cult, following among 1980s television enthusiasts. Only 5 total autocars were ever built, making survivors among the rarest television vehicles in existence. Collectors actively search for the missing third car, with standing offers exceeding $100,000 for information leading to its discovery.
That's not the case with Countach. It's about fun.
Number 2. The show's creator, Glenn A. Larson, admitted he stole the entire concept from Tron and Knight Rider. In a Candid Television Academy interview from 1997, Automan creator Glenn A. Larson openly admitted he designed the series by combining elements from 2 recent hits, Tron and his own Knight Rider. Larson saw Tron in theaters in 1982 and recognized that audiences loved the computer-generated aesthetic, but found the plot confusing and inaccessible. Simultaneously, Knight Rider's success proved audiences enjoyed watching vehicles with artificial intelligence helping human protagonists solve crimes. Larson literally asked his development team to create Tron meets Knight Rider for television and gave them 3 weeks to pitch concepts. The autocar emerged as a direct fusion of Tron's glowing light cycles and KITT's intelligent vehicle personality. Larson even hired several Tron crew members specifically to recreate that film's visual style on a television budget. Disney never sued for copyright infringement despite the obvious similarities, possibly because proving idea theft is notoriously difficult and litigation would cost more than potential damages. Knight Rider producer Edward Milkis called Larson's admission the most honest thing he ever said and joked that Automan was the sincerest form of television flattery. Modern television historians consider Automan a perfect example of 1980s network television's shameless recycling of successful concepts, a practice that defined the era's programming strategies and led to dozens of derivative shows.
The Lamborghini going at a normal speed, so that when they played it back, it looked like we were zipping through traffic.
Number 1. The autocar's design. Influenced real automotive design and inspired the DeLorean DMC-24 concept. Here's the fact that'll blow your mind more than anything else. Despite being a cheap television prop built from kit car components and rope lighting, the autocar's futuristic design genuinely influenced real automotive engineering. In 1984, John DeLorean saw Automan reruns while developing concepts for his post-DMC 12 vehicles. The glowing outline aesthetic and sharp-edged geometric design impressed him enough that he commissioned designers at Idle Design Giugiaro to create the DMC-24 concept car, which featured illuminated body panel seams and angular styling directly inspired by the autocar. That concept never reached production due to DeLorean's legal troubles, but its design elements influenced multiple 1980s concept vehicles from other manufacturers. Bertone's 1985 Ramaro concept featured similar illuminated body channels. Lamborghini's designers admitted the Countach Evoluzione prototype incorporated lighting ideas sparked by watching Automan. Several automotive journalists noted that the autocar made conventional supercar designs look dated by comparison, even though the television prop was mechanically inferior to everything it inspired. The autocar proved that science fiction aesthetics could influence real-world design language, a phenomenon that continues today with modern concepts borrowing from films like Blade Runner and Minority Report. A $30,000 television prop built from fiberglass and Christmas lights genuinely impacted million-dollar automotive engineering programs, proving sometimes the fakest ideas inspire the realest innovations.
From DeLorean. Look at this.
20 weird facts proving the AutoCar's journey from bargain bin kit car to design icon involved more chaos than anyone imagined. Which fact shocked you most? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button, subscribe for more television vehicle deep dives, and remember, sometimes the best designs come from the cheapest ideas.